abbreviated holiday week, unfortunately. So virtual is the best option given the circumstances. And I appreciate everyone for being flexible, especially the applicant, and making room in the schedule for what I'm sure is a busy week, if everyone's traveling and whatnot. We have one item on the agenda tonight. Many of you are familiar with the format of our meetings, but I'll run through it really quickly. Our applicant will give the full presentation uninterrupted. After their presentation, we will move to questions from the community board. After board member questions, I will open up the floor to members of the public. Each member of the public who has a comment will have up to 2 minutes to speak on the topic at hand. After public comments, we will move to committee business session. And at that time, only committee members will be able to discuss the application and a possible resolution. Following the discussion, the committee will make a motion and will be taken to a vote by the committee. If the resolution passes committee, it will be presented to the full board for a vote. The full board will then vote on the resolution, and then that will become the official position of Community Board 5. That resolution will then be sent to the Landmarks Preservation Commission, relevant agencies, and any elected officials. The next board meeting is scheduled for Thursday, January 8th. George, you and your team are more than welcome to attend. You'll have up to 2 minutes to speak on your behalf in the public session, but it is by no means required. This is where most of the work gets done, to be honest. For benefit of the committee, we have one item on the agenda tonight, 245 Fifth Avenue, which is on the corner of 28th Street. There is a new restaurant going in there called Pixida. I believe I pronounced it right. Correct me if I'm wrong. The proposal tonight is a parcel, storefront, and marquee for the new restaurant. For the presentation tonight, we have George Papagias, and it looks like some other representatives from the restaurant itself. Welcome to you all. I appreciate your time and being here. We will turn it over to you. The floor is yours.
Okay. Even though it says, hello, everybody. My name is Dimitris Haralambous. I'm the restaurant designer. I don't know why it says George there, but it's my pleasure to present the proposal to you. And as Kevin said, it's a partial storefront modification that includes a marquee, fixed awnings, and signage. I will repeat the address. It's on Fifth Avenue at the corner of East 28th Street, and it's within the Madison Square North Historic District. Our proposal includes a limited ground floor storefront intervention designed to be compatible with the historic context. This information is on the first page. On this page, we outline zoning and signage compliance. All proposed signage is non-illuminated. It complies with the projection, height, and surface area limits and follows the LPC storefront signage guidelines. The total signage area is significantly below the maximum permitted. Here, we show existing and proposed conditions on East 28th Street. The existing storefront glazing, the granite base, and stone facade are retained. The proposed work includes fixed awnings aligned with the existing storefront base without altering any historic masonry. This page shows the Fifth Avenue elevation. The proposed work includes a fixed awning and a marquee element aligned with the existing storefront base and without any historic alterations to historic masonry. The intervention remains within the historic storefront zone and preserves the original transparency and proportions. No work occurs above the ground floor. This page illustrates the proposed marquee and vestibule. The marquee is a rectangular cantilevered form that is not attached to the historic stone facade. It is structurally supported from the new vestibule framing below, making it fully reversible. The marquee includes lettering on 3 sides. Here we show the marquee section and details. Materials include dark bronze aluminum cladding and brushed brass lettering. The lighting is external and concealed within the marquee and limited to illuminating the signage only. There is no internal illumination. On this page, we show the proposed storefront door. The design maintains transparency and aligns with the existing storefront framing. The finishes are consistent with the marquee and the vestibule elements. This page illustrates the proposed fixed awnings along 5th Avenue and 28th Street. The awnings are black canvas with a matte finish and feature minimal lettering centered on the valance. The awnings are scaled to the storefront openings and do not obscure architectural features. Overall, the proposal preserves existing historic fabric, introduces reversible elements, and complies with the LPC guidelines for storefronts, signage, and awnings. We respectfully request the Commission's approval and are happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Terrific. Thank you very much. I will open it up to questions from the committee. Anyone want to take the first one?
Shall I go back to the beginning?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I'll kick it off with a relatively easy one. In terms of the awnings, can you give us a sense? I didn't see it in the pictures of what is there currently. Are there awnings on the outside already?
The answer is no. In the first page, we have the proposed scope above the existing conditions, and there is no awnings.
Got it. Okay. Were there any awnings on nearby locations or nearby blocks that might be similar to what you're proposing?
Yes, there is kind of similar commercial establishments that have typical awnings. Some of them are retractable, some of them are fixed. In our case, we wanted to introduce storefront openings without obscuring any architectural features and be consistent with the historic precedents within the district. We did walk around the area and observe similar storefronts.
Got it. Okay. And in terms of the awnings, I think you had measurements at some point in one of your slides. Is looking at the current image, are those double height windows? Like, are we seeing windows for the first and second floor?
Correct.
Okay.
We were dealing with the ground floor, which is it has also a mezzanine. So it's I'm not sure from the outside, it's probably 16 feet high. So the awnings are positioned on above the ground floor. It's on the top. Is it okay to use my cursor? And do you guys see it? So
Absolutely.
there are right above there. So yeah, if if we see the elevations, they are on the top.
I see.
So this, I mean, this maintains the openness and the transparency that the building has from its historic condition.
Got it. Okay. More questions from anyone? Tony, go ahead.
Sorry, I know before we had an issue with the raise hand button, and I cannot seem to find it anywhere on here.
Your actual hand works fine.
Okay, good. So just a quick question. Thank you for the presentation. You're representing this particular tenant, or are you representative of the building landlord?
No, the tenant.
Okay, okay. Touching on the awnings, are you proposing any seating for outdoors?
Yes, on a different application, I think with the DOT, which there will be, if you see my cursor again, on this side of the sidewalk. And I'm not sure if they still if they're still allowed to have the sitting on the streets, but that's something that we'll probably look in the future.
Okay, thank you. Kevin, just a couple more. Regarding the awning, sticking with the awnings, you mentioned that they will not be fastened into the surrounding historic material. They're
Correct.
going to be fastened into the new window framing. How are they going to be attached?
Yeah, it's not a new window framing, it's within the existing. So the brackets will be anchored into the mullions.
Mhm.
So again, it's scaled within the opening of the bay storefront. So it has no interaction or attachment to the building or the stone facade.
Okay. And then a couple of questions for the marquee. You touched on the lighting really quickly. Can you go over that again? Where is the
Sure.
lighting source?
Sure. I think this image shows the effect, which is like a discrete LED light at the bottom of the letters. And here we have the large scale detail coming from this cross section. So basically here's where the letters are attached to the marquee.
Mhm.
And there is a discrete concealed LED strip here that shoots light towards the letters.
Okay, thank you. And then,
And it goes around, sorry to interrupt, it goes around the three sides.
okay. And then, like Kevin's awning question regarding the marquee, did you find examples of other marquees for these types of spaces in the neighboring historic district?
Yes. Yes, even right across our street, Cafe Capellini, if I said it correctly, has very similar marquee. And also the AKA Hotel, which is like on Madison Avenue, 2 blocks down, has a very similar type. We
Okay.
wanted to have non-illuminated signage for this project.
Okay, thank you. All set, Kevin.
Terrific. Thank you, Tony. Zona, did I see your hand up earlier?
My question was answered. Thank you.
Okay, great. More questions from the committee? Milan, go ahead.
This might be very much minutia, but I was referencing Google Maps and just looking at a street view of the exterior, and there are like small little details around like security cams and other things. I'm curious what, if any of those things are still going to be retained, because I feel like there's some things that are like adjacent to where the awning might be. So I'm just curious if any of that is material or relevant to the work that's being done.
Well, is that the question towards me? I think that
Yeah.
there's no cameras right by the storefronts. I think there's somewhere in the corner, and I believe that the intention is to either keep them or replace them with a more modern. And I think that's something that is in collaboration with the tenant, with the landlord.
Thanks.
I have a question. I'm not sure this is in the purview of landmarks, but I'm more just curious. When we look at this restaurant from the outside, from the street, are there going to be curtains or drapes that
Yes.
block the view of the diners, or is it going to be a pure kind of see-through into the restaurant?
Yeah, I mean the nature of the storefront, it has a lot of openness and transparency through the windows. And if you see closely to this rendering, we do have curtains, sheer curtains in every window that will have that semi private element while not blocking the inside from the outside.
Got it.
The curtains go all throughout from mezzanine to floor to the ground.
Got it. Okay, thank you. Karen, you have a question.
Hi. It's a question about the entry door. If you could flip back to that page. Looks like you have, it's a little hard to read from the rendering. Is the frame continuous, top, sides, and bottom, but not at the where the two doors come together? It's a little hard to tell if that's
Yes, correct. The black element is the existing aluminum frame. Okay, and then within the opening, without altering any existing widths or whatsoever, we're gonna install frameless clear glass doors. So that's why you don't see any lines here. They are those type of frameless doors that just have a base at the bottom.
okay, a frameless door with a kick plate at the bottom.
Correct, correct.
So the gold that we're seeing in that elevation, is it just a
So
little bit of an illusion?
1 second.
Looks
Right.
like vertical bronze on the two sides and across the head.
Well, no. Oh, okay. So there is going to be a frame that supports the clear glass doors.
So
That's
it's
where
it's not in the center. It's only on the jamb, the head,
exactly.
and the base.
It's only on the jamb and the head. It's a
Right. It's a little unusual to see a door with a frame on three sides only.
why you don't have a frame at the bottom, because otherwise you will trip on it, right?
No, like the glass is sitting in, I don't mean the door jamb. I don't mean the storefront mullion. I actually mean the door.
Right.
It's hard for me to understand if it's a glass frameless door or a glass door set in metal on three sides.
Can I answer this? So
Yes.
there is a frame around the doorway to frame the door in a different material. And then the doors themselves are pivots. They're pivots up
Correct.
and down. So they need the frame on top so we can have the pivots to support the doors. And then there's the one, there are pivots on the floor at the bottom. So these are for pivots here. I'm going to draw here and here. And there's a pivot down here and a pivot here. So these doors pivots in and out. There's no hinges on these
It's
doors.
like it's this type of door, which is that's what I call it frameless. That has, but we need to have a kind of like supporting door frame around.
Okay, I think you answered my question.
Perfect. Thanks, Karen. Anyone else? Karen did the right thing. She put it in the chat. If I can't see you, your raised hand, feel free to put it in the chat. I guess one question that I have, just in terms of the color choices and the deep bronze color, is obviously a little bit more of in the brushed brass. It's just a little bit more of a modern finish, especially compared to the historic district nearby. I wonder if you could talk a little bit about how you chose those colors.
Again, I think it's consistent with other precedents in the district around. The one across the street also has that subtle contrast between dark bronze and the brass can also be a light bronze. It's kind of like a subtle contrast where you can, make the title more legible. And I think brass, it is pretty used throughout. We didn't want to have polished brass, which does look a little bit too contemporary.
Got it. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I don't want to be too argumentative. I just for the sake of discussion, I'm just curious how you kind of came upon those particular colors. Okay, more questions from the committee? Last chance. Okay. Seeing none, I will open up to members of the public. We have a couple attendees from the public, but I don't see any raised hands. If you do have a question, please use the raised hand function in the Zoom chat, if you can find it. Okay, no comments from the public. We will now move on to business session. So just as a reminder, the business session is when the committee itself will discuss the application. And only the committee will speak unless we have a specific question for the applicant. Okay, first thoughts. Anyone want to share their view or first thinking?
Can somebody hear me? It's Gene Burstein.
Yes, go ahead, Gene.
Okay, sorry I was a little bit late, but I had the chance to review the plans and the proposal earlier,
Great.
and I just think it was very well put together and it's very detailed. And I like the presentation, and I'm for voting in favor.
Great. Thank you for doing the legwork beforehand. That's always helpful. Anyone else? Any concerns?
John has his hand up, Kev.
Oh, thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just kind of seconding that. I think it looks really good. I think it's nice and elevated. and kind of respecting the rest of the kind of design on the building. Looking around on Street View, there's a few other kind of similar examples of both the marquee and some of the like signage and stuff, you know, even within the same block. So I think it's definitely not out of place, and you know, I think it does you know, just look really nice with everything. So also in favor of approving.
Great. Milan.
I don't really have anything intelligent to add. Agreed with all of the above. Looks great. Very excited to see this
Don't sell
move
yourself.
forward.
You always have intelligent things.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, it looks well thought out, and I'm very enthusiastic about seeing this move forward.
Terrific.
Kevin?
Tony, go ahead.
All right, thank you. So there are examples of this in the district already, and I think that's probably the biggest thing that we need to focus on. LPC has approved it for Carmelini across the street at the Fifth Avenue Hotel. I think that marquee was largely to balance the main hotel entrance on the side street, but nonetheless it is there, and it's also similar finish, similar lighting as well, and that is part of the historic district. A lot of the other marquees in the area, they're actually either on hotels or residential buildings. Some, not all of them landmarked. Some of them are newer, but in general, that is there, and there are also awnings across the way. I think that the fact that they are here already, LPC has approved some of them already for this district. The fact that the materials are pretty consistent with what we're looking for with landmarks. They're not intrusive to the historic components of this building. That's a huge plus. And it's we've seen with other applications. I mean, signage can get pretty extreme. This is relatively minimal. It looks to be a nicer place. I think they're trying to blend in with some of the nicer places around. So overall, I would say that it's appropriate for this district.
Perfect. Okay. I'm feeling consensus here.
Yeah,
And-
I concur with the comments made and nothing to add.
Great.
Are we
Okay.
ready to vote?
I think so. Somebody want to make a motion?
Okay, I'll make a motion. This is Gene Burstein. I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Great. Second?
John, second.
Great. Okay.
Great. Burstein,
In favor, yes?
Klein,
Yes.
Frizz,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Mijatovic,
Yes.
Patel,
Yes.
Tuckman.
Yes.
I'm a yes. Jang.
Yeah.
Pedrazi,
Yes.
Testa.
Yes.
Did I miss anyone? If not, the motion is passed, but this will be taken up at execcom.
Terrific.
Thank you so much,
Um,
guys.
Thank you. For those of you who committee members, just so you know, the exec almost always follows the recommendation of the committee when they have to ratify the vote. So this will go a long way towards getting it ratified. And then the ultimate resolution will then be presented at the full board meeting on the 8th, and then that will be the official presentation. I just want to say again, thank you to the presenters. On a personal note, I just Googled it. It looks like the owners or the backers of this restaurant came from Avra, and I believe Avra is a place I've eaten lunch at more than any other restaurant in the city when I lived up in Midtown. And this new restaurant is about 2 blocks away from my current
So
locations.
we hope to have you as a customer.
If it all works out, you will see me there quite often, hopefully.
Especially if you guys are gonna serve the Avra chips.
They're not gonna be called Avra though.
Okay.
But we would definitely have them, yes.
Right. It'll be the Pixida chips.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you all again. Again, you're more than welcome to come to the full board meeting on January 8th, but you are by no means required to. Last item, just does anyone have new business for the Landmarks Committee in general? Seeing or hearing none, that will be our meeting. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for making time in a short week.
And I just want to wish everyone happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah that just passed, and a Happy New Year coming up.
Happy holidays.
Same.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Same to
happy
you.
holidays.